Oh man. Guess this is the first episode of season 2. I didn't think that I was going to do this. I was like, no, I'm not going to do this. Gets in the way. It's too much absorption of time in the evening and the camera stuff and trying to work, but I'm doing it. Welcome to episode 1, season 2 of running a fishing resort. Towards the end of April, and the caribou is still holding on. It's still biting on to a bit of old man winter, except for this evening. It's kind of stellar out here, but we got a pretty hefty load of snow in February. I believe there was some records set, and then it's just kind of stayed sub-zero. Definitely sub-zero throughout the evenings, and lucky to get above zero kind of in the day. But the last week, things are starting to change. There's a significant amount of that snow base that's melting away now. But at this elevation where we are here on Sheridan, compared to the same elevation in the Thompson Okanagan, literally it's 3 weeks to almost a month they're ahead down there, and we're that far, up to about 3 weeks behind in the same elevation, kind of with icing and temperature conditions. So yeah, we've got a slated May 15th opening. I was thinking just under a week ago, wow, that's going to be a trick. The way the snow and the ice is looking here is we might not get a May 15 opening, but feeling like it's closer to that now, and we're kind of on par, so it might be a little bit of a trick for us to fire the docks in and get the kind of the launching area and the water activity part of this job complete, open and ready. But yeah, I had a pretty interesting February and some early part of March. I went and Jen and I went and did some traveling down into Costa Rica and Panama. I have my daughter's in Panama and I have some family in Panama, so I went back and scoped out some raw jungle, possibly lodge or resort property I was taking a look at. Went with Pablo, a family member I know down there that had some land near the Rio Changuinola, so we went in and explored some of this raw jungle land near the river mouth, looking for maybe some potential build sites, so that was exciting. Really cool, saw some cool stuff, hired a crew of local natives that are masterful with their machetes and kind of cut our way into some of this raw jungle to have a look at, some of these sites. That was cool. So now, ideally the next 2 weeks is when the pace changes from sales to operations to get this place ready for the opening season. So got lots to do, got a huge list. Got some things that I'm kind of finding out now that the ground is becoming more exposed that we need to get done. So here we are. Man, conditions are changing rapidly. It's just a few days later, and you can see all down here, we got a bunch of melt happening. We've probably lost 30-40% of the snow off the ground in the last 2 days, but yeah, you can start to see the proper driveways and the boat launch and stuff, so that's great. If you don't know this resort, I'll give you a little bit of history because you probably don't. This was originally built in the mid to late 60s, I believe 67, 68 was the conception of Piney Point. It's the first, one of the oldest lodges in the Lone Butte, the South Caribou area. And originally this was all kind of a pine forest through here and a big point out there, which they call Piney Point. And it was built really small units, so everything was built for, of course back then it was just bowlers and truck and campers and tenting, so the RV sites were really small. They were teeny, set up for small units like that. And then at about, if I do my math correct, about 16 years ago, the resort was sold, I believe for the third time since the late 60s, and went and was privatized, slightly privatized. I believe they still had some friends and long-term guests come through, but basically had kind of dropped out of the regular kind of operations concerns to being a resort. And these 3 chalets were built, and they're all identical, 1, 2, and 3. There used to be a string of old cabins that were along the lakefront here, but these really modern, beautiful, perfect chalets were built. And then when the resort was sold again around the 2 years ago, to the current ownership, George and Norma. George contacted me and we set up a deal, and we've also decided immediately that these chalets need to be rented and these need to be put back into the resort system. And they're starting to become super popular. What we have here ideally is 2 cabins, which are identical, and they're from the original days. Then 3 of these waterfront chalets, and then 20 RV sites. 6 with only power and water, and the other 14 have power, water, and sewer. And then this is our common wash house, which has showers and bathrooms, things like that. Well, that's good news. The cabins seem to have wintered quite well, considering at one point there was like 36 inches of snow on these roofs, which we removed. But yeah, the structure looks great. Well, just got the call that our spare linen order is ready. It shipped out from Ontario. If you're in the housekeeping game, flips is the word. You need like 3 sets. If you're getting busy and you've got rooms and linens that you need to flip, you can't be washing things on the same day that you have guests coming in, so you need what's called flips. So I've ordered pretty much boxes of dozens for the chalets, and that's sheets, fitted sheets, pillowcases, towels, all the fun stuff of running a fishing resort. So gonna quickly head into 100 Mile and combo up a dump run with this and go grab these spare linens. Okay, Minnie. You ready? Hey, it's 100 Mile time. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's do your fancy little spot here. Come on. Yeah, we're getting pretty good snow melt now. Especially the last week. We had like a 30-inch base to kind of dig into, but yeah, we're getting above 0 at night, which helps a ton. And then, you know, +6, +8 in the daytime now. So yeah, this base is finally melting away. It's causing a bunch of pooling, of course, because all that water is running down into the low spots, which is good. It helps you figure out where your low spots are. You can fill them when the ground dries up a bit here in the spring. The tricks of the trade. So you come back, so you get those drive-away shots. You got to leave your tripod way back, do the pass, and then run back to quickly shut it off, so you don't have huge clips. But I thought I would include some of these running around clips. Why not? Oh. I tell you, Jesus. This landfill and Interlakes is like a gamble with your vehicle's tires when you come in here. Especially like the construction waste part here. Like I park way in the back here. There's so many nails and broken glass and screws and just bullshit. It's a super risk. Got the linens, sheets, towels, all that stuff. Linens and housekeeping supplies ordered. Check. 538 057 343. These are codes, online codes for bulk purchasing housekeeping supplies. Super important, and don't order small pre-season, especially coming into the spring. All right, Thursday evening. It was 20 degrees Celsius this afternoon. Things are changing rapidly around here, like mega fast. Have a look down here now. Filmed here yesterday afternoon. Yeah, like super warm and just a little bit of breeze. But I'm gonna do some slush tests. This is the important stuff. I wanna know how thick that ice is, that slush is. I'm gonna go over here and fire some rocks down. It looks soft. Like a lot has changed in 48 hours here. It's really cool to see. Whoa. All right, a bolder one. That wasn't even, that was just like, let's go a little further. A little better. That's slush. It's not even ice anymore. All right, one way out there. Wow, so much has changed in the last 2 days. This whole body of water on this side, well, this whole body of slush on this side is no longer ice. It just needs one good strong wind to push it all. Normally those come from the west, it'll push it on this side. Maybe a bit of southwest and push it over towards that bay on that end, but she's just a couple days away from ice off now. Today is Thursday. This is super different than I thought just a few days ago, but this was in the forecast. But it's amazing how quickly that lake has turned to slush from walkable ice. Well, thanks again for watching. Once again, your likes, comments, subscriptions to the channel, it all helps out. It makes this journey much more satisfying and keeps me focused, hammering out the videos. So leave a comment if there's something you'd like to see in the next episode, something for us to focus more on here at Resort Level. Season 2, Episode 1, Running a Fishing Resort, Caribou, British Columbia.